Hi, my name is Michael, and I am the head environmental engineer at Triton Environmental Consultants. I am also the son of Albert, who tragically died because of cancer due to tailing ponds contaminating our community's groundwater. It all began 60 years ago. In the year 1935, they started cutting down trees to make space for the oil sands project. They started mining and collecting raw materials to refine, and that's where it all went wrong. The refining process produced bitumen and other chemicals, which are now stored in tailing ponds. Tailing ponds have detrimental effects on the environment. There have been many plans to reduce the damage done. My brilliant team will provide a complete analysis.
So, Canadian oil companies began clear-cutting large areas of forests and destroying habitats in the process so that they could make room for the oil sands. In total, the oil sands took up a gigantic 142,000 square kilometers. That is equivalent to about 14.2 million trees. And these trees would have gone on to absorb 309 million kilograms of carbon dioxide every year. This adds to global warming and adds to the greenhouse effect as well. This also had an effect on the ecosystem because many species were left without a home, as now they couldn't live in their natural forests. These animals were asked to live in urbanized areas such as towns or cities, and since they were built to live in a forest, it didn't work out, and most of them ended up dying. There are laws, however, that require the restoration of wild spaces. The law states that the land must be self-sustaining and have local vegetation and wildlife. There are some problems with this, however, because boreal ecosystems are a lot harder to restore than other ecosystems, and therefore boreal ecosystems usually aren't restored to what they used to be before the oil sands. And even wetlands, which are relatively easier to restore, only come back to about 40% of the area that it once took up. Due to water laws being not strict enough, these companies use 590 billion liters of water every year, and this water cannot be returned back to the rivers.
To make the oil, it takes 4 barrels of water to refine bitumen, the viscous substance found in the oil sands, to be converted into oil. In this process, a lot of waste remains. Metals such as cobalt, nickel, arsenic, and cadmium remain, and these could be extremely toxic to any living organism. To separate this waste existing in the bitumen, companies decided to dump excess toxins in artificially made ponds called tailing ponds. So these ponds are divided into 3 main categories: recyclable water, fluid fine tailings, and mature fine tailings. The fluid fine tailings is what makes the water toxic for fishes and other animals swimming or drinking from the lake. In other words, it is a nasty brown liquid
created using Powtoon.